Go. Bonjour, mes amis. Bienvenue à Really Playing Games, Starfinder against the Aeon Throne. Je m'appelle Graham et je suis Murphy, l'opérative Batra.
This is Brian. I am playing Shardik, the Technomancer Uplifted Bear, in English.
And also,
damn linguists.
Garrett's not here.
there's a Garrett.
Garrett usually plays Zyson, but I will be Eggering Zyson. I mean, je suis Zyson.
I'm Ross. I'm playing Yulia, the Vlaka Witchwarper. Yes, that one.
And I'm also Ross. I'm playing Ozzy, the Isoki mechanic, and his robot minion Bob.
And I am Patrick. I am the game master for this game.
I just got back from France.
Last time,
context.
before Graham went to France, what did you do? Let's see.
We went into the station.
We blew the
true.
fuck out of a spaceship that tried to
That's
attack
true.
us.
You nuked a spaceship.
Yep.
They
As we
didn't
do.
shoot you.
As we do.
You just
As we
nuked.
try to do every time. Every spaceship we come across, we try.
Well,
It's the policy.
not every spaceship.
Not every
What's one
spaceship.
spaceship we haven't nuked that we've seen? What's flying object in space?
The
I mean-
Witchweird. There was a Witchweird merchant.
That's right.
That's
We didn't
true.
nuke that
We
one.
didn't nuke
You
the
did, you did
merchant.
not nuke her.
Yeah, Captain. There's one.
We only semi-nuke the
We talked about it, I'm
whatever it was.
sure.
Yeah.
But we didn't
anyway.
actually do it.
Yeah.
So you did that.
We did that.
You arrived at Outpost Z, a station on the very edge of Aslanti space. You are here to look for a technician by the name of. Anybody write it down this time?
Yeah.
Graham,
Fuck. It was Talmren.
There you go.
Talmren.
A technician by the name of Talmren, who you believe, you have been told, can probably help you with your ship being rather distinctive. You explored around the station a bit. You looked in sort of the big entranceway main area. There are a number of people kind of milling about there. It looks like people sort of do personal transactions there. Not too much happening in that room. You explored the cantina. Actually, I believe it is labeled the cantina, where you encountered a not a witchweird, a Raikrichi, both of yous. He's over here. You don't know his name, actually. I don't think you asked. He's very sick. You repaired his voice box, his voice amplifier for him, and Ozzy tended to a little bit of his disease. You also noticed that there were some bugs that were kind of, I don't know, sucking on his blood a little bit. That was unpleasant. You kind of slapped them away a couple of times, but they do seem to come back.
Through the pipes.
That's these things, which I forgot to show you last week.
Yes,
That's
you
what they
did.
look like.
Oh my god.
That's upsetting.
Ugh.
Yeah. And then you also look to the south of that room down here. Okay, it's shift assumes you. Down there are some food dispensers, 3 credits, weird names. There's also a water fountain. So for food and water, you do have a place you can go. You don't know how good that stuff's going to taste, but it's there. Let's see. You then made your way, most of you, made your way over to this eastern room over here, where you were ambushed by 3 creatures. They look like this. They are carrying staffs.
They are staff-carrying aliens.
They are staff-carrying aliens, and they are apparently hostile. We already rolled some perception checks, so we're just going to go straight into initiative here, because we have a surprise round that is about to happen.
Initiate. They didn't surprise me, right?
I think just
No,
me.
I'm going to use my
Was not
feral
surprised.
ferocity to not be surprised.
Ooh.
That's
Bear-
not the thing that I have. No,
Oh.
I was.
Aw, I thought for a second it was like bear instincts or something.
I click on myself. I click initiative.
Didn't look like Murphy's.
You jumped in right before I deleted the ship's initiative, so
Oops.
just put it back in.
All right, want me to roll again, or do you want to use that result?
Just use the same one, whatever.
Well, yeah, you'll have to put me in manually because I don't think I can add turn from the player side.
You can re-roll and then you can change it. Like once you're on there, you can go in and
Do
correct
this.
it.
Oh, I'll take the
I have-
11.
Had to do that before.
Okay, there we go.
All right. So, guys. Oh, that's a real high initiative bonus there. didn't roll him in? Why did it not roll him in?
Did
Oh,
you
because
roll?
I had clicked on Murphy.
That's right. You replaced Murphy's roll with your roll.
Whoops.
Hey, get me back to 11:05.
And this one. Oh, great. They both rolled 10s. I guess it doesn't really matter. Number 3. Rolled a 14. Alrighty. So first step is going to be, actually let me name them for you here. You're going to be
Glop and
one.
gloop.
Meep and Morp.
Leaf and warp.
It looks like Beaker.
Beaker and
Yeah.
what was the other one's name?
No, nobody knows.
No one gives a shit about that egg-headed son of a bitch. Fucking know it all.
Beaker was the fun one.
He was the one everyone loved.
Beaker and
Egg,
what was it?
Eggman?
That's
I think
Bunsen?
Bunsen, yeah.
That's
I think
Beaker
it is
and
Bunsen.
That
Yeah.
would be.
Bunsen.
That makes sense.
Is it Dr. Bunsen? No, it's just Bunsen, I think.
Bunsen honeydew.
All right.
Bunsen honeydew.
Right.
That
Dr.
piece of
Honeydew.
shit. Fuck Bunsen honeydew. I fucking hate it.
So, what happens during the surprise round is you get one single action. So number 3 is going to, first of all, Zyson is the one who really noticed it. Well, Zyson is the only one who noticed this, because he's really the only one capable of feeling it. But he can feel that all 3 of these creatures immediately begin entering graviton attunement, which is a very interesting thing for some aliens to start doing in his face.
Yeah, where'd you do this? So weird.
Number 3 is going to cast a spell. Well, not actually cast a spell. Sort of cast a spell. And you can see shadow armor. So first, actually, you can see a little bit of shadow sort of appear around him. It's not quite what happens to Zyson. Where, like, Zyson has sort of... It's almost... It looks like you could touch his armor. It's something maybe a little bit more ethereal. This guy then casts another spell, and it seems to just... It looks like he's almost covered in plating. Yulia doesn't get a turn. Ozzy doesn't get a turn. Murphy, what would you like to do?
Well, fuck. I noticed them come out suddenly, and to react, I am going to move my single action. So I also assume we don't really have our weapons out necessarily. Because we weren't expecting combat.
No, you have
Alright,
been
why do you make this
jumped.
harder for us?
Because I'm evil. And also GM and DM sometimes. So what I'm going to do is move away from number 1. And I'm pretty diggity dang fast. So I'm going to go... Yeah, I'm also going to go back into the hallway. Like back into this room. And as part of my move action, I'm drawing my laser pistol, since my attack bonus is higher than 1. So I'm doing a 5, and which I think probably at this point it may provoke an opportunity attack from him, although I don't know if you have those during a surprise round.
Yes.
Probably.
I believe... You know, I really should have looked up surprise. Because that's a good...
I would think
Because
so.
they are not... They aren't... And
And surprised, neither am I. Surprise 239.
and it is not working. Okay.
Surprised.
The other thing would be
Characters. It says combatants who start the battle aware their opponents can take a standard or move. You can also take swift actions during the surprise round. Doesn't say anything about reactions.
okay. So the other thing would be
It would make sense if they did.
flat-footed.
Yeah, they're
Just
flat-footed.
6. If you are surprised, you're flat-footed until you become aware of combat and have a chance to act. Yeah. So, yeah, he absolutely can take a reaction. He's
Alright.
going to do that, and he's going to smack you with his staff.
Okay.
8.
8 misses. Surprise, surprise.
Yep, that totally did the math right. He rolled an 8. Zyson doesn't
Well,
get a turn.
I'm sorry. I am moving my full speed. So
Yeah, go ahead.
10,
Yeah.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. I can move 5 more, but I'm gonna get into like the edge of this pit area right there. So I like see him and kind of get the laser pistol out. And can I scream as I'm like backing up? They're attacking us!
Sure.
To notify the people in this room because I think there are others in this room.
There are a number of aliens.
Yeah, I'm shouting
Of
at
all
this point.
kinds, and they turn to look as you shout.
Like
They're
my
attacking
pistol
us.
pointing back that way. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I did.
Number 2 is going to. Just gonna take a swing at Shardik here.
He's
Do
flat-footed.
Uh,
that.
Boo.
Does an 11 hit?
It's your AC -2 because you're flat-footed.
E or K?
Okay.
No.
Hey.
My KC
Okay.
is 12. Well, -2 is 12. It's 14. -2 is 12.
Hold on. Let me make sure. C text. The damage, it says C text. What does it say on here? Oh yeah, no, that's totally KAC. Yep. So he swings and manages to miss. Giant surprised bear. Number 1 is going to raise a hand, and a bit of light is going to appear. Oh, I think I just copied the token. And it's gone now. Hold on. See if this will work. Mapping dungeons. Alright. This bit of light appears on Bobbert,
What?
and that's going to be his turn.
Hmm.
Shardik, you are at the top of initiative.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I want to daze number 2. So
Okay.
I am going to cast my daze spell at him.
In
And
his
it-
general direction.
Is
It
it,
targets humanoids, yes?
Yes.
And
it
is
does.
A of CR3 or lower. Okay. I think they're humanoids. Yep, they are. Will save negates. So let's roll me. He will save. Natural 1.
Yay!
All right.
So you were targeting which one? Number 2. the one-
Number 2, the one who is adjacent to me.
Alrighty. So sure is
I succeed.
dazed.
Um,
Natural 1 is an auto fail.
does casting a
Right.
spell provoke opportunity attacks?
Yeah.
Yes, it does actually. So I need
Oh.
Sorry, I'm so sorry, guys. I keep fucking us over.
to take that. And I'm gonna roll a 9
9.
Total?
total. Yeah.
Yeah, that misses. Okay.
Yeah.
Total
cool.
of 9.
So he's super
this guy
dazed.
is dazed.
Actually, if I knew the rules, I would have done that differently. Would have moved and then cast my spell. But anyways, I'm running away. You guys have fun. You got this, right, Yulia?
Two's dazed, so that helps.
Let's call that one dazed. Number 3 is back up and is going to attack Zyson.
Oh fuck!
And as this person does, oh right, I need to put their attunement down because that is important to creatures that have attunement.
Hey, you bastards, Solarians! What do you think you're doing? I'm the only Solarian
To
around.
swing at Zyson and get a 23.
Is he Rick?
Hey, you bastard, you bastard Solarians! I'm gonna fuck up your day. I'm gonna fucking kill all you Solarians, you bastards.
Thanks.
23 to hit.
Very much so, especially because
That's
he's
gonna
still
be
flat-footed.
4 slashing damage.
4?
4.
Oh, that's all you have, you piece of shit. That's all you can do. You 4 pieces of damage. Watch, on my turn, I'm gonna ram this white fire trident so far up your ass. You know it'll come out your eyes.
And then he's going to
Size is wrecked now, guys. I'm sorry.
move action 5-foot step here, and that is going to be it. Yulia.
Let's see. I am going to. Where is Murphy? I mean, like, I can't. Is he around the corner? Because I don't think I have sight.
You don't see him. I ran.
Okay.
Yeah.
He ran that way.
You probably heard
Oh,
me
yeah.
shouting too.
Yeah, yep. There's a big machine between you and being able to see him.
So I'm gonna back up to here, and as I'm backing up, I'm gonna take out my long arm. That one, and then I'm gonna shoot number 2. Not
An 8 will miss.
okay. That's all for me.
Ozzy, you actually.
Bobbert.
So Ozzy, you know what's going on because Bobbert is there, and you can see these guys jump out.
Yep.
And actually, you can probably. Bobbert has a
can-
microphone, right?
Probably.
I
Okay.
Bobber's the majority of his damage.
And we all have
Robert's
personal
image.
comm units.
Hmm.
Yeah. What would you like to do?
Okay, I'm gonna use. Ozzy is going to use his move action to take full control of Bob, who is then going to use their move action. Oh god, it's so slow to move away from number 1.
Okay.
If you have the window popped out, it will be slow.
You talking about character sheet?
Yes.
Okay.
And number 1 has
It will lag like 4
already
seconds.
taken
His reaction.
his reaction.
Yeah, it's not going back
is it-
to number 1 yet.
Yep.
He's
All
lower
right.
than him.
Barbert's moving to there. And gonna use standard action to arc pistol number 1.
Nice. Fuck
24
yeah.
is absolutely going to hit for 7 electric damage. And get this. Okay. You zap this scaly alien.
Scalian, if you will.
What else?
That is all.
That is
I
it,
will.
yes. Murphy.
All right. Quickly glancing around, what's the reaction? Or I guess they may not have had enough time to react to the aliens around me. I just ran to this room screaming. Huh?
Also,
They
you don't
are.
speak the same
so-
language as most of them.
Oh,
Yeah. So, you yell that and you pull out your gun. Mostly, the reaction seems to be sort of muted interest. There isn't
Bemused.
really anyone who can obviously see over here is so they can see that there's some kind of a fight going on, and any maybe there's like one person over here who moves away rather quickly, but no one seems to be pulling weapons to help you fight or being like, oh heavens to Betsy, there is combat on the station.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
It's not quite that. So.
All right, kind of taking note of that. So you said that there was like a pit or something right here, kind of in the middle,
Yes.
that goes down. Is there a
Yes.
railing here?
No.
Oh, yeah, I stopped kind of short of that, like, oh fuck, don't want to do that. And then what I'm gonna do is do a sick parkour move off of this machinery. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Just do like a little loop around and to do my trick attack using acrobatics against number
Okay.
1. So that's 33.
Which is a success.
Yeah, so he's flat-footed against this laser pistol. 26 versus the AC.
That is sure gonna hit.
And another 7 damage, a total of 10 fire damage.
10 fire damage. Ooh boy.
Yep.
That's whoops. I undo that. Okay. That should have been okay. That's a lot of damage.
Hell yeah.
But the creature is not deceased.
Hmm.
Is definitely up.
Gotcha.
And that's your full turn, yes?
Yes, tis.
Zyson.
So Zyson is going to pull out the white fire trident, which is illuminating, because I don't know that Kasafa have any kind of low light vision or dark vision, because I remember it being low light.
Actually, that reminds me.
Don't.
You need to roll a 20% concealment
Me?
for that attack. You sure do.
I have dark vision.
Roll 20% concealment for me, please.
I have low light vision too.
Continues to not matter. Please roll it.
Damn it, it's something else.
You
It did
understand the
magic
rules,
stuff.
and yet it still is happening.
It did the magic stuff.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah. So Zyson is going to pull the white fire trident and aim at number 3.
Okay.
And he's also going to enter photon mode to get the +1 bonus to damage.
All right.
So white fire trident here. He's also white fire trident. Here we go. Strength. Yeah, that's right. So here we go. 20 total to hit.
Sure hits.
Yeah, that's 13, be 14 points of damage now that he's
So
in
14
photon.
points of damage.
Yes.
So Zyson swings this trident, this Aslanti trident, down at this alien, and he hits the darkness around this. Actually, roll 20% concealment
God damn.
first to see if he hits it all. He does. Okay. So he hits, and the trident is just for a second sort of stuck in this
Oh.
darkness. It crackles with energy, and he is hit with electricity.
Oh.
He needs to make a reflex save.
Oh
please.
boy. All right.
23.
23.
Okay, so he takes 5 force damage from the whatever just happened to him. I
The magic.
believe, yeah. So he still takes it. That was 17. 14.
14
Okay.
points of piercing damage.
Alrighty. Would Zyson like to do anything else?
And that was his move to draw the weapon and then standard, so I think he'll be good there.
All right. Number 2 is
Dazed.
not able to fight currently.
Do these things
swirl.
have like any notable like equipment that they're wearing, or like
So they're
specific?
they're carrying these staves. On your turn, you can like make a perception check to look really closely at them. Number 1 is going to command its little wisp friend, which is going to move their speed. Let's see. So it's going to move this little energy ball onto Murphy. And Murphy, you are. You now have. Covering fire, I believe, gives you the penalty to attacks, yes? Not harrying fire.
Covering fire. I thought it was the opposite, but.
It's whichever one reduces your attack rolls.
Okay.
Yulia, which one do you do all the time? It's not that one. You do harrying fire, right?
I just looked up
Covering
covering
fire gives someone
and-
+2 to bonus to AC. Harrying fire lets somebody attack them with a +2 bonus.
That's
Okay.
what I do.
So he will move it down here, then to Zyson, and give Zyson harrying fire. And then he's going
So
to
the
move.
next person that attacks him gets a bonus.
The attack Sison, yeah.
He's going to move down here,
So it is the one I do.
flanking Zyson and make an
Mm.
attack,
So.
which is going to be a 15
15
doesn't
to
hit, does it?
hit. Zyson's.
against
Nope.
KAC -2.
Does he? Is the -2 from flanking or from?
Harrying fire.
Is the herring fire? Can you give it to your? Or does the
He's not. It's the wisp.
the wisp does something else? Ah, son of a bitch! Because of the wisp suddenly in his eyes and the brightness affecting Zyson's probably hungover and drunk ass. That does hit.
Okay. He is going to swing the staff 5 piercing damage
5
to
piercing.
Zyson. Stab him in the gut. Shardik.
I cannot hear you if you're talking.
Is this one taking damage?
Yes.
Cool. I am
The only one that hasn't taken damage is the one.
You
the one that
dazed.
I dazed.
Yep.
Yeah. I figured.
I tried.
I am going to energy ray.
Okay.
Do I have to do a concealment thing first?
Yes.
I
Well,
roll
make
a
the
D100.
make the attack roll and concealment. Order doesn't really matter.
I want to know if it would work before I try to attack.
You could try to mysticism and see what it is.
Eh.
Okay, 16 will hit. It's EAC.
Do a D100.
Slash roll 1d100.
Slash R D100. $54. You hit.
All
So
right.
you do 2. What kind of energy damage would you like to do?
Fire.
All right.
Not electricity, because that doesn't seem to work very well for somebody.
Okay, you do some electricity damage. You zap him.
No, fire. I do fire.
Okay, you burn him in the face.
Yes.
Would you like to move or anything else?
I feel pretty good where I am.
All right. Next is number 3, which is down here. Hmm.
in Starfinder, is there like a brawler class that likes to use combat?
There's a version of the soldier that's basically like power armor marine.
The Vanguard also has some stuff where you can power up your fist with energy and punch things real hard.
So he's going to 5-foot step, and then you see the sort of darkness that's kind of swirling around him. Seems to attach to Zyson, and just rush into him. Zyson is going to need to make a reflex saving.
Jeez.
So many reflex throws.
Ooh, 5.
Okay. He is going to take 9 negative energy damage.
Oh, shit.
In addition, the light in the... Actually, no, I should just do a radius around him. The light in a 10-foot radius around this one is reduced to dark for a period of time that you don't know.
Oh. So, like, what's a 10-foot radius, you said?
Yep.
Around number 3.
Yep.
So Zyson is in the dark.
Yep.
And does the white fire trident shine through the darkness, or no?
Remind me what it does.
The white fire trident has the bright weapon property. And that gives, like, I think a 20-foot radius. It's step increase in light, so weapon is...
Do you have to activate it?
It's part of the illuminating...
Part of attacking, or...
Weapon to gain the illuminating weapon fusion causes weapon to gain the bright weapon special property. You can deactivate it as a move action, but I assume it's by default active.
Okay, sure. So that would bring it back to dim.
Right. Okay. Cool.
And actually, keep that in mind, because that means that Zyson hasn't had. What's the radius?
Bright is there within 20 feet.
Okay.
So...
Put a radius around him or I can do it, of 20 feet, because that's important. Everyone's making concealment checks due to this dim light. Set it to square for me.
Oh. Boop.
There we go. Okay. Because that makes a difference.
Yes.
Yulia, it is your turn.
Zeiss is taking some hits.
I'm gonna... What number is this one in front of me?
That is number 2.
No, that's not 2. 2 is the only one I can actually see over here.
Sorry, that's 1. Yeah.
That's 1. Okay. I was gonna cast Fear on 1.
Okay.
It seems like about that time of the fight.
A will save, yes. Gotta be.
Yeah, will save.
22. 24 if it's a necromancy effect.
It's an enchantment. So they're shaken for a round.
Okay.
And I don't think I can do anything else. What does shaken do?
I believe it's -2 to everything. If I'm remembering right.
Conditions. Shaken. -2 penalty to ability checks, attack rolls, saving throws, and skill checks.
Yep. So
Okay.
-2 to die rolls.
I'm just gonna move where I can get a better look at Zeiss, and then I'll be done.
Alrighty. Ozzy.
Alright, Ozzy himself is going to use his... he's gonna move. Don't die. Oh gosh. Dragging the tokens takes so long. And then he's going to use move action to take direct control of Bobbert, who's going to stand here, and Bobbert's going to shoot number 2.
Alright, make an attack roll. A 10 will miss.
Aw.
Dang. Say, Livy, that's my turn.
Murphy.
Dang it.
All
I forgot
right.
to make my perception check.
Murphy's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Because he's real fast. He's doing part of his trick attack. He is going to go shoot at number 1 here. So we'll bop. The aura around number 3 is it? It's not encompassing number 2, is it? It's the darkness from.
No, it's not.
Okay, so I'm going to try a trick attack against number 1. Acrobatics 26,
Good enough.
and then laser pistol. A 15 versus
A
EAC, flat-footed
15
EAC.
will hit.
Yeah, so 5 plus
5
1 is 6.
6.
Yes, 6 points of fire damage, number 1.
Number 1 is dead.
Yeah!
You
Go Murphy,
shoot him,
go
and
Murphy.
he crumples.
He crumbles.
Like a cookie. Alright, that's Murphy's
Zyson.
turn. Zyson is dim light around this guy, yeah. But he really wants to fucking kill him. So Zyson is gonna He is on his second attunement point. He's gonna full attack with the white fire trident,
Okay.
but he'll probably have concealment. But let's go for it. So full attack, yes.
First
2
attack
and a
is gonna.
10.
Let's see.
I guess.
2. Yeah. So they both miss. Swing, miss, swing, miss.
Stabs out into the darkness.
Perhaps Zyson, in his rage, is a little off his game.
little.
Number 2. Huh. Is going to that's not helpful. Five, 10, 15. I would really want to move one more. Well, it wouldn't go around the corner anyway. No, it just as all creatures within 10 feet. Okay. He'll move there. And he is going to do the same thing as number 3. You can see the the sort of darkness around him this time is swirling around him 10 feet, and then it zooms into, again, Zyson, and this time Yulia. So both Zyson and Yulia will need to make dexterity saving throws.
Son of a bitch.
Reflex.
Sorry, reflex.
22. Half.
So 22 is good. 11, though, is not. So Yulia takes 11 negative energy damage, and Zyson takes 5. Shardik.
What do I want to do? I want to cast Magic Missile as a full attack.
Nice.
All right.
So I say yes to that, and I say
Roll me some magic missile damage. So that's 11 against which one? The one, well, the one you can...
number 2, the one that I can see.
Okay.
And that's all I'm doing because it was a full thing.
Alrighty. This number 2 goes from looking just fine to looking not very fine. 3 is going to begin attuning again. And step here and smack Zyson.
God, poor Zyson. He's just getting the shit beat out of him.
A 9, though, is not hit.
Nope.
Yulia.
Sorry, I don't know how to do this. Never mind. I'm trying to figure out how to add mods to fix my stamina points to calculate in toughness, but I don't know how to do any of that, so I'm just gonna leave that alone.
I think it's under buffs.
Yeah, I was trying to mess with that. Anyway, number 2, I'm just gonna shoot number 2. Let's see. $14.
14 will hit. I'm gonna say, though... No, I'll say you're still in the light.
I do have blind sense if that's relevant.
Potentially, but you hit anyway. 14, and for 7 piercing damage, yes?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Can I... Okay, now that I remember on my turn, can I make a perception check to see something? If I, like, are there any... I recognize this clothing, style, or...
So recognizing clothing style is more of a culture check.
Or, like, are there insignias or something like that? Or
Yeah, so are you trying to look closely, or are you trying... I mean, you can make both. Go ahead and make the perception check, actually.
Okay.
And we'll see if you see anything interesting.
17.
Yeah, so they're not wearing anything that indicates sort of badge of office or like... You don't see any faction symbols or anything like that on them. I mean, they are wearing robes like you can kind of see in the token. Nothing that obviously tells you who they are.
Okay. Or why they've attacked us.
No, I mean, you could do a sense motive check to see if you can figure out why, you know, their kind of demeanor in doing this. Culture. I mean, you didn't really see anything that you could really with a culture check.
Yeah, I guess do they
identify
seem like...
what these mysterious aliens are with a life sciences check.
I guess I want to see. I guess I'll do a sense motive. Like, do they seem like murderous intent, or do they seem like this is aggressive, or like what their general demeanor is?
Make a sense motive check.
Nope.
They're hitting you with sticks
Yep.
and zapping you with magic is what you can tell.
Can I retreat to right here? Is that a place to go?
Let me move you back a second. No, I don't. Well, maybe. There's all this stuff in the way. Yeah, actually, you can.
So I can move here?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna move there. Kind of hunker in the corner there.
All right.
Try to, get some cover.
So you are hiding next to the machines, Ozzy.
That's right. Not hiding, just a better vantage point.
Ozzy moves, takes control of Bobbert, who also moves. And Bobbert is going to shoot at number 2.
Okay.
Pew pew.
A 15 will hit, and with 3 electric damage. And this is a static art pistol. This is not non-lethal, is it?
It is stun.
It is stun. Okay. Which I believe
Which
means you get to choose.
Yeah, I think it's generally on non-lethal by default.
Okay. So this alien falls to the ground unconscious.
Let me just check
Call it
that real quick.
That.
Okay. So you can. It says you can set it to stun mode, or set it to normal mode as a move action. While in stun mode, the attacks.
Whichever it's whichever one you think.
Right.
You would
I think it's kind of an ethical problem, and Ozzy he plays with kid gloves, so it's gonna be on stun.
All right.
Aw, nice little rat.
So this alien falls to the ground unconscious. Is there anything else you would like to do personally?
No.
All right, Murphy.
All right, Murphy's not the kind for taking prisoners. He's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35, 40, 45, 50, and try another trick attack against the remaining green alien dude with the shadow staff. Is the darkness still around him?
Yes. Well, has he had a turn? He has. No, there's no more darkness.
All right, we'll take this. 24
Is a success.
Okay.
Because it's 20 plus CR, right?
20 plus CR.
Okay, that's a success.
Laser pistol against this flat-footed EAC. 20 total.
Will hit for 2
Plus
fire.
8. 10 fire damage.
Okay. So you hit him, and everything catches on fire. And he dies.
After he falls, I kind of look back at the other room over there and see that people are just kind of bemused watching as I've taken these guys out. It's all right. We've got it. You're fine. You can just keep milling about doing nothing like you were doing before. Some people.
They don't seem confused at all.
So can anybody explain what just happened to us?
Murphy goes over to the unconscious one.
We got jumped.
Do you know?
We got
Do you
jumped.
know what kind of?
I know who can
creatures
explain
these
it to
are?
us. Does anybody speak their language? Ooh, I have a spell for that.
Do you perhaps?
So
have
this creature is
comprehension?
unconscious. It is some work to bring a creature back to consciousness from asleep for a long time. So if you want to wake him up and talk to him,
You cut out.
Excuse me, Dyson, are you in need of any medical assistance?
Graham.
Me?
Zyson says, I could really use yes.
Okay, just hold still for a bit. I'll be right over. I was just gonna give a quick glance towards the pipes that the mosquito spiders went in.
There are none emerging literally right now.
All right. All right. So if that's the case, then I'm gonna go over.
I will move you.
Well, I'm just gonna give Zyson some first aid.
Boop.
Open in my character sheet. Doesn't seem to actually make a difference whether or not it's open or closed. Making a medicine check. I guess it could take 20, but no, that's fine.
28 is good.
Cool, so that's 1 minute. All right, now I'm going back.
How much does he get back from that?
So
His level.
Can we tie up the unconscious person?
His level in HP.
I believe you have some manacles, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I have manacles.
There
Me
were
personally.
manacles in the last book, and I'm pretty sure you put them.
I snagged those up. Yeah, so I'm gonna manacle our prisoner.
Okay.
And
What are you going to do with this alien?
I'm gonna interrogate him. Should we, guys? Do you want to bring him back to the ship, or should we do it in the bar?
Let's go to the end of this dark alley and see what this motherfucker wanted with us.
It
Okay.
might take a few hours to wake him up, right?
We can't just dump water on his face.
He has
I mean-
0 hit points.
Dumping water on people doesn't usually heal them. It can sometimes.
I guess I could
I
treat
failed
deadly
medicine.
wounds. I guess I could treat deadly wounds on him or her to give her back some HP. Or him.
Or them.
Or them. Whatever their preferred pronoun is, I'll heal them.
There, that's the Ozzy we know and love.
All right.
Zyson, as you're kind of stumbling over, is like, maybe we could take a rest while we interrogate this person just for a couple minutes.
So, Ozzy, are you gonna just walk over there, kind of do that, and then go back?
Yeah.
Okay, we will not move your token then. And 22 does it, right?
I don't think so, actually. But I can just take 20 and
good.
spend 20 minutes to do it correctly.
Okay, so you can take 20 and heal this creature, which gets back 2 hit points. So they wake up, sort of choking, and look up. So you're actually down here. Who all is going to be on this interrogation?
Me.
Okay.
Can we take a short rest while we do this?
Yeah, you have time to do that while
Zyson will do that.
Ozzy is working his medical magic.
Let's see. So it's
So this creature wakes up and looks around at you and says something to you in a language that I am pretty sure none of you understand. Shardik, what languages do you speak?
Ooh, I got a lot of languages.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have a lot. But I doubt you have this one. But you could. You could have randomly picked it out of a hat.
I have Common, Telepathy, Eox, Shirin, Berethadan, Yosoki, Kasatha, and Aslanti.
Okay. None of those.
I did pick them. I picked them all out of a hat. So
Murphy, you don't. Yulia, I don't think you do either. Zyson, I doubt it.
Is
Yeah,
it Akatonian?
speak-
Is it Akatonian, Isoki, Ignan, Versite, Goblin, or Aslanti?
No.
Okay.
And Murphy, I think, speaks Patra and Vesk.
And Aslanti.
Yeah, so none of you understand what the...
But
Oh,
wait,
fuck.
Murphy speaks, but also Common, of course, because everybody speaks Common. Except for the important people we need to talk to.
I go over to one of the felled creatures and pick up its staff. Is it still shadowy?
It is not really still shadowy, no. You can feel that there is some magical power within it. But no, it's not clouded in shadow.
I'll just keep this staff just to hang on to it.
We should probably search the bodies. Over.
Alrighty.
Yeah, we'll get there in a
Yeah, I'll
second.
go ahead and search. I'll search while they're interrogating. I'll search the bodies.
Okay.
Interrogating, trying to
So-
figure out how to communicate.
So I can cast comprehend language, so I can understand what he says, but I won't be able to understand. He still will not be able to understand me,
Oh.
which is kind of a problem, I suppose.
No, I think we can probably get enough of a message across.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast comprehend languages.
Okay. You do that.
Okay, I am going to stand up next to him, and I'm going to try to look as menacing as possible.
Okay. That is the definition of an intimidation check.
Like point to his fellow people or whatever, and then point to him and make the cutting throat hand motion.
Okay. Yeah, you don't need any fancy interpreters to get across. We just murdered your friends.
I got
Nah.
one on that.
He
I think you're intimidating, Captain.
spits this bright green. Their skin is bright green. That would be weird. Spits this bright blue blood just right onto your ankle.
Ew.
Ew. But he doesn't say anything.
He laughs.
If I cast Charming Veneer, can I re-roll that check?
What does Charming Veneer say? Read me the
Okay,
text.
creature gains a +1 circumstance bonus to charisma checks and charisma-based skill checks. And then like gathering information thing, diplomacy, half the time kind of thing.
No, that would not let you re-roll.
Okay, probably should have done that first. Oh well, since it's a cantrip, I never use it. I'll have to remember that next time. How many hit points? Can I like? No, that'll just knock him out again.
Be a little more reasonable next time.
You know, they do say that interrogation, that torture at least to is just not a good interrogation technique.
I'm not gonna.
I'm just putting it out there.
He starts struggling against these manacles you have put him in. Gonna see, is there like a... He probably can't break these manacles, but he's about to try. Let's see. This is gonna be a strength check, I believe. Oh, interesting. It's an acrobatics check. Yeah, he can't roll. Okay, so he's trying to struggle out of these manacles. That's a thing he is attempting to do, and he has not said any other words.
Well, it's clear that he doesn't want to talk, so
We could just kill him. I guess that's not cool,
Casual
right?
murder, huh? Well, I'm searching through his buddies' bodies. Do I find anything interesting on there?
So they have on them, each one of them has these staves. They have armor. Let's see, that the staff has a clip in it. That, well, not a clip. Yeah, a clip with what appears to be sort of like, well, it appears to be powering them, and they also have two empty vials that appear to be something maybe they drank.
Empty vials. I have a serum of healing. If I hold the bottle to the serum of healing, are they similar in any way? Or are they different kind of? I don't know.
I mean, you would not expect the bottles to be the same because places. It would be.
Could I make a medicine check maybe to see if I recognize any of the drugs?
Yeah, you can make a medicine check. Yeah, make a medicine check for me. Yeah, you don't recognize it. I mean, there's like a little bit, just like a little bit of a resin. You can like stick your finger in and lick it, and it doesn't taste like a healing serum you've ever had.
Do a little cat tongue.
Probably shouldn't taste mysterious substances.
Well, looks like whatever juice was in their bodies. I'll throw one of the glass vials at the prisoner. Be like, "Hey, what's this?
Okay.
What'd you drink?"
Make a ranged attack roll. He has like a +6 to his KAC because he sure does have cover and is also prone.
So I'll just roll my knife because it's the same attack bonus. 22.
Okay, you smack him in the face. Even with a +6, yeah, that hits. So you hit him with it, and he looks at Murphy, and he says something that is just translated as curse.
Curses.
That's what I thought.
And then he says, "Alien intruder bastard."
In Aslanti or?
No, in a language that only Shardik understands.
Oh.
I don't know what the language is though, right?
Nope.
Doesn't tell me that.
Nope. I would say you could make a culture check. Actually, can Shardik make a culture check? Yeah, I would say Shardik could do it.
Can. It's theoretically possible.
I'm trying to figure, like, you're kind of hearing it through but I think the spell is that you understand all languages and you can still sort of hear it. Still, you understand. You do not recognize the language, although you understand it.
Okay.
So anyone who's trained in culture could make a relatively high culture to attempt to identify the language. Alternatively, if you wish to identify the creature, perhaps you would know what language that type of creature might normally speak.
What kind of check is it to identify the creature?
Life science.
Ooh, I'm gonna do that.
A 30. You recognize this. You just sort of like bonk yourself on the head, because it didn't. You just. I don't know. Maybe you didn't think about it. This is a draelik. They speak draelik.
How original.
Draelik are not unknown in the Pact Worlds. You have probably seen one before. You might see one on Absalom Station. They are from a the political entity is called the Shadrai Confederacy. They sort of they have these tattoos on their forehead, and you can see that this guy does have a tattoo on his forehead. It kind of looks like an eye, and it's known as the Eyes of Enlightenment. It's their philosophy, and it finds entropy to be the most sublime force in the universe. Draelik, they're not particular, and there are sort of rumors of like dark ritual magics, and they don't strike you as particularly nice type people. I mean, there's variation within all species, of course. But usually when you hear of Draelik, it's not a great thing.
Mm-hmm.
They can make decent guards. They are sometimes just found on merchant ships. They're interesting. It's their philosophies are kind of nihilistic, which leads them to certain things more than others, typically not afraid to die.
Well, if he's not afraid to die, then I don't want to give it to him, you know what I'm saying?
That was my idea.
Well, I'm not getting any information out of him. I want to try one more thing. So they came out of these pipes, yeah?
You're not really sure. They might have been hiding in the shadows. They might have snuck out of the pipes. They could have been tailing you. It's kind of hard to say. Even now, lying in, on the floor, it's kind of hard to, like, you look at him, and even he just kind of blends into the shadows in a way that is not, you would think, natural.
Shadowy bastard.
Can I do like a mysticism check on that?
Sure.
Is it magic?
Magic? How magical is it?
An 18. You have heard of magic that would allow a person to like blend into the shadows even when people looking at them would normally be able to pierce through those shadows. So in game terms,
it's a little bit of reality bending. I do that.
There is a magical item called Shadow Blend Serum.
Huh.
It's a serum.
Yes.
Shadow blend serum.
So it makes it easier to hide in shadow. And easier to hide anywhere, really, to be honest, but particularly to hide in shadows, even against, even when you're trying to hide from people who could normally see through shadows.
Would I connect that to the serum? Would my character know it's a serum or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind
That
of
it's
point out
typically something that is
vial.
embodied.
So I'm gonna pick up the vial from the ground or whatever where his hit the creature in the face. These might come in handy. Actually.
I mean, it is mostly empty.
Oh, it is?
He already drank it.
Are there any that... Whatever. Okay. So I'm going to explain what I think it is to the group. So yeah, I guess what do we want to do with him?
Knock him out and take his clothes.
Did you just tell us to undress the draelik?
Well, we've got to loot him. Of course, we would knock him out first because that means that he is a failed combatant, and that makes looting him fair game.
I don't think whatever planet's laws that is applies here.
This is freelancer laws. We're in outlaw space now.
What? Ozzy, are you doing the thing? Because I don't know that. Has that ever been a thing? Has that ever been established that we have to use like these high-tech communicators like radios?
Do they have radio static? I don't remember my iPhone having that.
It's a genre decision.
All right.
It only does it for him.
I guess it's yours. All right. All right. Let's knock this guy out and get him undressed. Fuck it.
I don't know. We have to get him undressed.
You can anyone can hit him non-lethally.
Sison takes the butt end of the white fire trident and just, this is for being the bad kind of Solarian.
Shardik, how long does comprehend language? Is it 10 minutes?
Let me see. Hopefully I wrote it down. I probably did not, though. Oh, wait. One standard action? That can't be right.
That's just the...
It's how long it takes to cast.
10 minutes per level.
10 minutes per level, so 30 minutes. Or I guess level of the spell, so 10 minutes.
No, 10 minutes your level.
Oh, is it?
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Because
that's not the other spell.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they would just say 10 minutes.
Starfinder doesn't do upcasting. It does downcasting.
Overcasting.
Cool.
Through casting. So apparently we're not welcome here, which I suppose I expected.
At this point, an alien, let's see. It is a person who looks like this. Kind of weird. A little bit of a human-ish, but with sort of like long, almost Play-Doh, maybe not Play-Doh, but sort of long, almost stringy arms, kind of like putty or something. And this big round belly sort of is just sauntering by and makes it to here, kind of looks at you and is looking around and is apparently very curious. and he is slowly walking to you.
I am puzzled, I guess, that he is approaching us.
He's pretty tall, so he's about, I don't know, 6'4".
Does he have anything that looks like a uniform on, or like?
No,
Like a mechanic or something.
He looks like a normal, just like a person living on the station. And he doesn't say anything, but he's kind of grinning as he approaches you.
Do they grin on whatever planet he's from?
Make a.
Is that a sign of aggression?
Would you possibly know? I don't think you know, actually, because this is a species that lives on the in the Aslanti Star Empire, and you do not currently have any way to look up information on those species.
Well, I'm gonna.
Some of us have data on our data pads.
You do, and it does not have so you can take 10, but it doesn't have detailed like population statistics. You might be able to get something though if you roll real high.
Let's give it a shot.
Woo!
That high enough.
Okay.
Is that enough?
Yeah, so you are able to piece together something that you have heard of just a little bit. You don't know what these creatures are called, but you have sort of heard that they are they're almost like tribal people who kind of brought into the Aslanti Star Empire and are known for their ability to detach their own limbs. Or you have heard it fits the description of a type of humanoid that is able to detach their own limbs.
Oof.
That's weird.
So he walks up to Yulia, kind of looks her up and down, looks up and down at Shardik, turns his head almost upside down as he's looking, and then just kind of turns and walks the other way toward Murphy. And then he sees the draeliks, and his eyes literally widen, like a cartoon. And he says, in Aslanti, "What did you do?"
They started it.
They do.
They attacked us. It was them.
He kind of keeps walking, and says, "I wouldn't brag about it, but good for you."
But
Thanks.
There. And he just sort of continues walking.
Does he walking north? Like
He is walking north, yes.
I look back to the group and say,
Slowly walking away.
I'm gonna follow. See what's up with this guy. Just check him out.
Okay.
You want to ask him if he knows anybody named Talmarin?
Oh, that's a good idea. Great, good idea. You're the thinker, Captain. So I go to catch up with the creepy man.
Get off this place as soon as possible.
Yeah.
I'd rather not.
I try to like go and walk side beside him.
Okay.
Yeah, we're pretty dangerous and important folks here, coming from the Pact Worlds, and we're really just here for a Talmarin. Ever heard of someone by that moniker?
He sort of turns and looks at you and says, "From the Pact Worlds?
Yeah.
And already killing the enforcers. Huh.
Well,
This isn't an invasion, is it?
no. We don't do that kind of thing. We're really nice and peaceful. We're a bunch of races that get along in this world, in the system we're from. So no. And also, again, I want to make this perfectly clear. They attacked us first. It was an act of self-defense. So no need for you all to get worried that backworlders are going to come and invade your station. Now, this Talmarin we're talking about. Do you happen to know one by that name?
So you have probably made it. He's continuing to walk. So you've probably made it up to here by that point.
I can't hear what they're saying, but while they're like walking and talking,
That's the direction that we're going in anyway, isn't it?
yeah, I'm gonna cast Charming Veneer on on Murphy.
Okay.
I'm the most
Alrighty,
beautiful
you get a
cat.
+1 to any. It's
It's a charisma check.
charisma checks. All right.
Sparkling, radiant eyes.
A slightly prettier
Long
kitty.
whiskers.
Beefy eyes.
I feel like this is the peak of Decram's soul.
He says, "Well, I haven't been here very long. I'm just passing through. I had a run-in with those fellows a couple of days ago, but you might ask around." And then he waves toward the door, which opens as he walks toward it. I need to go onto the dynamic lighting layer to open the door for you.
I'll follow him around. We're having issues with doors in the station. I want to be close to him when he opens it.
Okay. And he says, "There are plenty of people in this room that I think will be more than knowledgeable." And he continues walking sort of to the west.
All right. Does the door? Well, shit. I wave for everyone else to like come this way, and I like stand in the doorway.
So remind me, how did you get through the main door the first time?
We programmed the computer to identify our species as species.
So as this guy walks away, the door stays open.
Okay, I still like stay in the doorway just to make sure like it's gonna.
Yeah. Because if it didn't recognize you, it would just close with you in it. Like you being in it wouldn't.
Mur doesn't think that far ahead. Okay, like just doing what I can. But he does like wait for everyone else to like come over.
I will follow.
What was once a smelting factory has been converted into a bustling marketplace.
Ooh.
With unlit furnaces and overturned mine carts serving as various storefronts. The walls are decorated with bits of metal cans, worn ropes, and broken weapons hanging from the exposed pipes. A set of tracks emerges from the southern door, and another door exits to the west. You are obviously following the tracks.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see, what the tokens here are not everyone that's in this room. This is the busiest room you have seen so far. So the main area, there are always people there. The tracks you are following, that area is actually pretty secluded. There don't seem to be a lot of people coming and going that way, at least. More people seem to be kind of going through pipes or some other way. But this room is very busy. It's an obvious marketplace. So there are merchants kind of in almost every corner. They give each other maybe about 5 feet of room each. And then there are buyers, people looking at wares, just talking to each other, and looking around. Now, you notice, just looking around the room, the two people up on the north that have tokens, they have wares that are a little bit more distinctive. So mechanically, you can go to any random NPC, doesn't have a token, alien here, to buy items. Now, you only have about a 50-50 shot that they're going to speak Aslanti. You might get lucky with a different language. We would just have to see. But they can sell you any item of 3rd level lower.
Ooh.
If you can talk to them. Yeah, actually. So you will need to, so you will either need to talk to them and kind of charm them somehow with magic or with being charming. Find a common language. You're going to have to do something because just like talking common at these people is not going to do it. Aslanti may or may not. If you don't have a common language. But the people you notice, so this sort of rounded creature up here, and this little furry creature over here, appear to have items that are, I mean, they stick out a lot. They're not just sort of general, miscellaneous goods. They look like they have some interesting stuff.
So the general merchants hanging out around, do any of them seem to have any weapons? Smurfy's still on the hunt for a new gun.
Yeah, so make a perception check.
Sure. 15.
They Yes. So you can get basic items, including basic weapons. Not in the mechanical basic versus advanced sense. Again, it has to be item level 3 or lower. You do, however, notice that the wares that I was mentioning that are set around this creature up here to the north, is actually weapons and armor.
Zoop.
So there's a thing called gather information, right?
Yes.
I would like to
Fuck is that thing?
cast Charming Veneer on myself.
Okay.
Does my veneer go away?
No. It's a cantrip. It lasts 10 minutes. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I guess I can keep doing it, right? It's just a cantrip. It's a circumstance. Gonna attempt. So I'm gonna attempt at a diplomacy check.
Okay.
To
do what?
10 minutes to gather information.
Okay.
Rather than 1d4 hours.
Okay. What information are you attempting to gather?
Where someone named Tomarin might be.
Okay.
And also, maybe while we were attacked, is that too many things?
That would be a couple of different checks.
Okay. Well, first, I guess just the Tomarin thing. So let me make my diplomacy check.
Okay. Problem you're running into is that most of these people don't speak any languages you know. Actually, most of them don't speak Aslanti because nothing else you know is helpful.
I would like to roll not a 1 or a 2 on skill checks.
Yeah, unfortunately.
No.
So Murphy, you approach
this big mouth creepy ass alien. Holy fuck.
So this stout, dark-furred beast has large eyes and 4 hand-like appendages. It sits near a blanket laden with some items in the corner of this chamber, grunting and howling at passers-by and showing very sharp teeth in its massive paw. So as you approach it, it starts to and it opens its mouth to reveal giant fangs, and it's like hopping up and down. This is like the size of a decently large dog. It's not, it's not really like erect like a human.
Angry Pac-Man.
Green Pac-Man.
And it looks like this, and it's screaming clearly at you very specifically.
He's gonna get
Round merchant.
What do you do?
I look.
Sorry.
No, it's very evocative. I look back, and my charming veneer doesn't seem as applicable in this moment. I don't know if I can charm something like this, so I just kind of bare my kitty fangs and go. Rah!
Okay, make an intimidation check with a +1 bonus.
That's right, because it's a charisma check.
Okay, 23.
I think the DC was 22.
+1 came in handy.
Oh,
Okay.
no, it did.
So you scream back at this little creature louder, and your claws come out. And it sort of looks up at you. Its eyes go wide, and it like shrinks back. And then it starts almost bowing to you. And it's sort of
Oh, gosh.
it's making hand gestures that you do not understand because you do not speak this creature's language. But it appears to be using a sign language of some kind. And I think, does it
Maybe it
just
doesn't have
give
ears.
you... Yeah, so it reaches sort of under its blanket and hands 2 items to you, and makes a hand gesture and hands you 2 items. What do you do?
I take them and kind of looking at them like, this is not very impressive, but I guess it'll do. Kind of like
And then it sort of it waves. So one is clearly a cred stick with 1,000 credits. The other one is an armor upgrade of some kind.
Ooh.
I
I get them and then I run back to Captain. Hey, Captain, look what I got!
I hate you. 2 seconds. Creatures are bowing.
So
to
did you
I
by the way,
hate
did you say something to it?
No, I just screamed.
Okay.
Nope, I came up and just screamed to it. Yeah. Well, first I want to see, I'm sure the Captain's kind of trying to get information, but see if she can identify the armor upgrade at all. Or if maybe Shardik and his engineering knowledge, I don't know. But they used to identify it.
What skill would be used to identify?
It would be engineering.
Okay, well then I'm gonna let Shardik figure that out.
I can do it.
Or
Can you get
Ozzy.
it through Bobby? Oh yeah, I held it up to like Bobby's sensors or whatever. Like, hey, Ozzy, what's this?
With a 27, this is a brown force field armor upgrade.
Ooh, brown force field.
Brown force field. Do they have to cast
Which-
brown magic to get into it?
No, you have to use yellow magic?
Has a capacity.
Wait, that didn't come out
let's
right.
see.
No.
It gives you fast healing 1, which is good. And when it's active, you get a single temporary hit point.
What does fast healing 1 mean?
It's fast healing for the temporary hit point, I think.
Let me see.
Does that mean like every
think that's
round
how.
you regain that temporary hit point?
All
or something?
damage dealt to you is subtracted from the force field's temporary hit points. First, a force field. Oh, the force field has fast healing. Yes,
Mhm.
it regains temporary hit points at a fixed rate each round. So you get that 1 hit point back every round. So if you're getting
Okay.
hit, just pinged for like 3, 3, 3, 3. It's fantastic. And the
But you
capacity,
get
I think, is so it's capacity is 10 charges. Of course, it uses batteries, so that can be replenished. And it uses 1 charge a round, so you get 10 charges per battery.
Okay.
And you can install that into any armor that has an upgrade slot.
Does Garrett's armor have an upgrade? I mean, Zyson's.
Who's Garrett?
Probably. Most armor has upgrade slots. I don't remember what his armor is exactly.
He has temp weave, which I think none of us can use heavy armor. So,
and most light armor does have. Usually, like, yeah, it's some trade-off between higher AC versus having upgrade slots versus taking penalties to your armor check
I
penalties.
think you do. Yeah, he has Lashunta temp weave, and it does. +4/+4 1 upgrade slot, so he does have an upgrade slot for it.
It's weird to me this creature has a uvula. Like, apparently that's useful for the species as well, somehow. Just a,
Mm-hmm. Round merchant.
What is this blue creature selling? That's notable?
This blue creature does not appear to be a merchant. It is just standing there.
Okay.
Incidentally, Murphy, the small creature is still making, again, sign language motions at you, and then occasionally will point to its wares, and then like hold up a cred stick, and then point to its wares, and then motion to you again in sign language.
Takes a moment, but then and I go up and look at his wares, and just again like very disinterested, like I could just, I'm so far above you.
Unfortunately, you do not appear to have a way to communicate with this. Like you don't know how much they cost. What do you want to do? I mean,
well,
you're gonna have to do something about that because this creature does not appear to.
Can I come over and see if I can speak any of those languages?
Sure. 10 minutes has passed.
Okay.
Only
10 minutes. Because it's
yeah,
30
that's
minutes.
true. Yeah. So you approach then.
Yeah.
Okay. You can understand this creature's sign language.
Okay.
It's saying, "Would you like to buy, sir, or madam, or
I'm gonna
other?"
look to
Murphy.
Actually, no.
Murphy,
No.
look to
The
Graham.
creature wouldn't say that. Would you like to buy? And then it's just sort of a general honorific.
Okay. Was it Grant? Murphy, what do you want to buy?
Point to something.
Yeah, I'm
Just point at
looking.
something.
Yeah, I'm looking for a small arm in particular. Does he have any small arms? I mean, he has small arms, but
I
the
will.
guns.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Okay.
Are there some visible?
There are. I believe. Let me look. Yes. There are a couple of real nice ones, actually. But you still have to figure out a way to talk to the creature. So creature can talk to you.
I'm just gonna point.
Yeah, point to the one of the nice looking the small arms and kind of wave the cred stick around like.
Yeah. So creature is going to say, that one it makes fire.
It makes fire.
Can I?
Liege would like that one, but is very costly.
Does Brian translate that directly?
Did he call
Wait,
me
liege?
Liege.
Well, that depends if
As
sharding
in-
Again,
decides to tell
it's
them
like
that.
untranslatable honorific.
Oh,
It's
okay.
actually like a gender neutral version of like sir or ma'am.
My
Can
lord.
I identify the thing that Graham is pointing to,
Yeah, sure.
and then would that allow me to make a rough estimate of a general price?
Yes.
I will do a profession check.
This is gonna be the most difficult transaction ever.
14.
A 14. I think it depends on the item, doesn't it? Yeah, it might not succeed. Even because that is less than 10 plus the item's level.
Ooh. Could I give it a shot?
Sure.
Oh god, why does everybody have to one up me?
29.
Captain, you're very important. You
So
go
that
for
one is definitely a
emotional-
Corona laser pistol. It's a level 6 laser pistol.
Woo.
So then the creature says, I can understand some language. I just can't speak to you. You should try.
I say in Aslanti, we may consider purchasing this laser gun.
Fire recon.
So he responds. The creature responds in sign language. This item costs 4,270 credits. And in fact, for expedience sake, I am going to give you the link to the inventory in Discord.
Is it interesting that like comprehend languages
Zarb.
strictly works on all languages, no matter how
Yep.
they are conveyed.
Yep.
I mean,
Doesn't
just
need
from a mechanics
It's
perspective.
magic.
Yeah, I
Well,
know, right? It's
it's like a
magic.
babelfish.
But it's not like an or.
And
it's
then-
not like an
Is there
audio
babelfish
thing.
in the game?
And then the
Hold
creature
on, wait a minute.
sort of looks at you, Murphy, and then in sign language says, big lizard language?
And then Murphy gets kind of stone cold serious and kind of dour for a minute. Like he's loving like the lapping up the attention and everything, but then like in a very halting, stilted Vesk, he says, "You mean the tongue of the oppressors?"
And he responds, big wide eyes again, oppressors, and then he goes, rah, almost like imitating what he did before, rah, and just sort of bounces around, and then kind of does a bow.
I switch back to Aslanti and say, "You will not use that tongue around me again, or we will have problems, small one."
He just kind of like cowers in the corner.
And I go back to perusing his wares.
I mean, he did not say this. He appeers to be incapable. This was all in sign language.
Remember, he's doing sign language.
right, which is being translated through Shardik.
Yeah.
So Shardik, like, knows and probably tells everybody what he's saying, but Murphy doesn't.
Yeah.
Murphy doesn't say anything about
You-
what he said in
He
Vesk.
can't speak Vesk
He did not speak Vesk.
because he.
He
can't
was
speak-
asking if you speak Vesk. He cannot talk.
Oh, he didn't understand when
But he can,
I
but
said
he can,
Vesk.
he can,
Oh,
he can
okay.
understand Vesk. He just can't speak it.
Exactly.
Oh, okay,
So
he
anything
can
you say to him in
understand
Vesk, he will understand.
Yeah, so
Yes.
what I'd said to him in that language, but I don't say, Murphy doesn't explain to anybody else what he said in Vesk.
Yeah.
He just like goes like real serious for a minute and then goes back to looking at shit.
Make
It's like German.
a
Everything sounds serious to me. Vesk is spoken.
you could do either. You could do an intelligence check or you could do a sense motive check. Roll me one of those, Murphy.
Sure, I will do sense motive. 17.
He seems to be trying to tell you that you should do to the big lizard people what you just did to him.
What? Shoot them? What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck is the...
Do you ask?
Um. Yeah, I kind of look at him real serious and I'm gonna squint my eyes. I get down like on my knees to be at his level. What the fuck do you mean? What the fuck do you mean by big lizard people?
And he responds just sort of energetically, almost happily, and says, "Big lizard people, scary with guns, do rah!" Again, almost imitating, and then says,
Mike Wazowski.
"But there is always bigger, scarier. There is always smarter. There is always dominance."
So you're saying I should roar at the lizard people?
He says, the creature says, "Person, those at top are not always at the top."
I give him like a smile.
And then kind of imitates almost exactly him screaming at you, you screaming back louder. And the rest of you are all watching this, by the way. Murphy's talking in a language that I don't think any of the rest of you, unless does anybody else speak Vesk? Ozzy?
No.
I mean, Brian
Nope.
understands. or
I
Shark
understand
understands.
Vesk.
Oh, that's true. Shardik, you understand everything that's going on.
Well,
Maybe this doesn't
you-
cross Murphy's mind.
I like you. What's your name?
And the creature makes a pair of just sort of animalistic noises that, according to the book, defies pronunciation. And as a name, like, it doesn't translate. Like, Shardik, you cannot translate. You know, it's the creature's name.
Well, it doesn't have
and
a
then-
sound. It's
and then
just
says in sign language, we are called Zarb. People here call me the Zarb.
Zarb.
And spells out in letters Xaarb. Zarb.
Zarb. All right, Zarby.
Would you like to purchase?
Yeah, I'm gonna take some of these guns.
I have
I'm
the
gonna
best
use them.
weapons on the station.
Yeah, I'm gonna use some of these guns. And you know what? I'm gonna take down some of those fucking lizards. Just 'cause you said so, Zarby. Just 'cause you told me it was okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
For
take them all down.
For the fair price, I have
Right.
given you tribute. Now we may trade.
Right. So, about this
You-
laser pistol.
Can you ask about?
So you should all be able to click
Yeah.
the Google Docs, and you can buy any of those.
Tom Marin.
I mean, if I had money, I could.
Yeah.
Somebody spent all his money at the last shop.
So does
Murphy
one
didn't.
frag grenade 2 cost 700, or does 3 cost 700?
One. That means that the Zarb has 3.
Okay.
So,
Not cheap.
yeah, here's the thing. So, with the
Yeah,
extra
it would
1,000
be.
he just gave me, Murphy has 5,436 credits. Now, this is technically some group wealth. He's not going to hoard it and be just a complete asshole. But he also really wants that laser pistol, which would use up most of it.
Oh, the level 6.
Mhm.
You can also
Laser
sell
pistol.
items, of course.
Yeah, that would
You
help.
are all clomping
level.
around with a bunch of stuff.
Do we have any grenades? Didn't you have a bandolier of grenades?
Most of them are gone.
Okay. Do we need a grenade?
Probably not.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I'm the only person in the party that can use them effectively.
Let's see. I have this. Well, if I want to sell anything, I have a tier 2 sedative. It would be worth 300 credits. I don't know if this Zarb would want a sedative. He's kind of the opposite, I think.
I mean, you can find somebody. Remember, items sell for 10% value.
Right.
In most
credits.
cases. Yeah, I mean, you do notice, except for the, I believe, one item noted that is apparently Aeon Guard Trooper battle dress. None of these items are Aslanti. They are of various makes, but this the Zarb only has one Aslanti weapon, which would fit with the fact that they are very protective of their technology.
What is?
Oh, by the way. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Get the cat.
Starheart cannon. Is that a heavy weapon, or is that? I'm trying to find. I have it pulled up, the stat block, but I don't see.
I believe that's a heavy weapon.
Okay.
I did not give you links because there are a lot of things on.
Yeah, Murphy eyes the lasers, and I'm like,
The Corona.
Corona. I mean,
It is in Pact Worlds, Red Star, Starheart, level 3. So would anybody like to buy anything, or you can think about it, and we are at right at 9:30, so you can think about it and get back to me next week.
And the electrical gloves are fist weapons or whatever. You just punch people for.
Yeah, Starheart Lit Cannon is a heavy weapon.
Okay, that figures. Well, I just want.
With the cannon.
Yeah, I just want, I guess, long arm rounds. So I guess what? Is that 75 for 25 or 75 for 25?
It is, I believe. Oh, let me check.
75 credits for 25
75
rounds.
credits for 25 rounds.
Okay.
Which I believe, I'm pretty sure, like, now that you have made this creature like you, essentially, this is all at cost, or at the normal cost.
Well,
Yeah, I just want the 70. I'll spend my own 75 for 25 rounds. 25.
Okay.
my big question is,
If
can
you,
Murphy get the laser?
I am okay with that.
Well, the question is, can he afford it?
I can.
I mean, he can if he spends.
Most of the money.
Most of the money the group has.
I
For the,
vote yes. I mean,
It is one of the
I mean, if it
highest level
helps us
items
stay
on the list.
alive,
like shooting things is your thing, and if it helps you shoot things better,
and
as
things
long
die
as those
faster,
things aren't me.
and you don't run away from combat.
I mean, it only happened the one time.
What if he just gets real sad?
Well, he looks and says, I promise, if you let me have this laser pistol,
I'll
I
be
will
good for a
never
whole
run
year.
away for combat.
It does an extra d4 of damage.
A whole extra d4, and it's got a longer range.
90 feet.
I mean, does anybody else object? I mean, it is okay if you object.
I want something.
What would you like?
Well, I really just want a some kind of long arm. Most of them are really expensive. That sonic rifle that Zarb has is really nice, but that is also totally out of my budget. It's not quite as expensive as the Corona laser pistol, but I would be happy with something cheaper if we can find it.
I will ask again if you have any items you want to sell, because you're worrying about cost. You're lugging around an entire book's worth.
Right, and I sold I've done the math. Everything that I had that was everything I'm willing to part with, and I only have 1,048 credits.
So after I buy the pistol, I'll have 1,166 credits left, and that can go to anything anyone else wants to buy, because Murphy will be content with his purchase. What it sounds like is there's a lot of math to figure out, which we could probably do for next time. When we sleuth this out. Can we get the shit that we want? Like pool all the money into one, assuming we're selling some stuff, and figure that out. The bookkeeping and whatnot.
Okay. You might be able to convince this guy to buy any fancy weapons, any fancy Aslanti weapons you have, for a higher value.
Like an Imperial pacification rifle, or
no, not that. It's gonna have to be if you have something really.
How about that?
He might give you more than 10%.
How about that single valve plasma ring that we took off of that Aslanti cyborg?
Yeah, that one was like a level 4,
level 3 weapon.
Yeah. So if you have any Aslanti weapons, that are, level 3, level 4, something like that, you may be able to negotiate a higher price with them. And you certainly have at least 3. Now, whether you want to keep them, on the other hand.
Well, this one in particular just does 1d4 damage. Oh, it is a level 4 thing. I mean, it's both electric and fire damage, but that seems like a corner case.
This amulet of camouflage, what is that? When in an environment with a maximum distance at which perception checks can be attempted, rolls to see at what range other creatures can attempt perception checks against you are rolled twice and the lower result applies. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. Is that useful? What is that?
So, Murphy.
Yeah.
See how much he'll buy this one for.
Being the plasma ring.
Okay.
Look very seriously at him and say, Vesk, how much are you going to give me for this?
I want you to make some kind of you can make a diplomacy check. You can make an intimidate check if you want to do it that way.
Can I just
what would you like to do?
Veneer on him constantly? I mean, is that a problem? Is there anything that prevents me from doing that?
He can get the +1. It is only a +1.
25.
24. 25. He looks at it, and as I look up the value here, it's a single valve plasma ring. Yes.
Yep.
1,500.
Wow.
And
Yes,
if
I'll
you've got
take
any, if you've got any other Aslanti, I'll buy them for about half as well. Very rare. Find the right people, they'll give me 10 times this. And then you do also have, if you want to, both of the weapons that you got from Lieutenant Sharu. She had a rifle and she had a sword.
Do we just sell the amulet of camouflage? Is that even useful? Okay, I'm just gonna. Can you sell this as well? I'm gonna hand it the amulet of camouflage. I'm gonna hand Murphy the amulet of camouflage to try to sell it.
What about this? How much you gonna give me for this sword?
Anything other than Aslanti weapon, you're
Oh.
only going to get the 10%.
Well, it's still 140. It's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, when are we going to be at maximum viewing distance?
Oh, I
Trying
bet
to...
that it's Garrett who has the sword.
Yeah.
What
Yep.
is it?
The carbon steel, called Dispelling Carbon Steel Curve Blade.
Yeah.
Does he
Yeah,
want the
that's probably
trident, or
worth a
does he
lot.
want that?
It does a bunch of damage.
Technically, he could do either, seeing as
He
how
could
he
do
has
both.
4 arms.
Yeah, he can do both. He
could switch between them.
Yeah.
He could walk up into melee, hit with the D10, and then still threaten 10 feet because he's
Yeah.
using.
Could he full round action hit with one and then the other one?
Yeah.
Sure.
I think this may be an out of game figuring it out. Says I'm not going to sell Garrett's sword when he's not here.
Oh yeah. So
Absolutely.
Be upset with
the
that.
other one you'll want to think about is that rifle, the Aeon Guard assault rifle.
Right. I think that is
Got
something
some
that
homework.
Yulia was wanting to use, right?
Yeah, I am currently using it.
Okay, that's the long arm you were using.
Yes.
So you may not have anything else you want to sell. That's fine. You seem to have
But hey, that added credits, I think that with what Murphy has over, if he wants to buy the laser pistol, that would be enough to get
The long arm.
the sonic rifle. Yeah.
Alrighty, looks like me intimidating this little screaming ball had some good results, huh?
Yeah. We better hope that Talmarin doesn't need credits.
Yeah, this is
You're
more
gonna be
important.
about try.
Yeah, we'll be about spam. We'll figure it out.
Alrighty. So I guess
Cool.
we should call it there.
Yeah, buying shit. All right, and we made it through the draeliks. That was good. Cool. Well, we'll see what we buy from this little screaming asshole next time on Really Playing Games Starfinder against the Aeon Throne. Cash, 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 cash. Whew.